XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, if we refer to our analysis, we get the buy, we get this to take profit. I mean, when we're looking for buy, and then later we have an update on how we can look for the next trade. And this is what we're looking for. When we mention if this one turn to a correction, we can look for buy. All right, but no, the way it's correcting is really corrective. The ways we have here. Okay, and if you refer to our analysis, I mean my last analysis, we mentioned if this one to deeper, it turn to a deeper correction, easily we can look for one move. I mean one more buy to break out of this top. Okay, because at that time we can look for flag, sharp move flag, and take the trade. But what we have right now is, I mean, is not. It doesn't give us really. Even if it's move, it cannot give us really good trade. Because if you want to look for sharp move flag, it will be somewhere around here. Do we need to look for this kind of the trade? In terms of the risk and reward, doesn't give us good trade. All right, that's why if we want to look for buy, we prefer this one to drop quite more. Maybe look for this one as a first move with the correction. For one more, this is the correction, and next move we wants to price break this low and drop a bit more. Okay, by the way, the way this one is forming is not, is too corrective. It doesn't give us a good trade right now, even if we get the reversal later based on higher time frame. We look for, I mean, we will explain why. Okay, and anyway, what I want to say, if you want to look for buy, the best things, this one tend to deeper correction and move as a corrective. Then from there we can look for the breakout. And right now, if the price start from here, we will need to see whether we can get any trade set up within this range or not. Having a tree above this, we are not looking for. And if we put back our line here, we can expect that now the price here, we can expect the price, we get the up move similar to what we have here. For one more drop, that means this one can move as a corrective. All right, even the channel. If we get this kind of the move, any breakout of this top, any sell, we will take it. Okay, and how about if the price move a bit higher? If the price sharply break the trend line with the small flag, the sharp move with the small flag made similar what we have here, maybe we can look for sell with the breakout of this one, short term sell. Okay, this low will be around 42, but right now we cannot get a really good trade setup, whether for buy or sell, because the way is moving, this one is really corrective. The only option is the way I explained, because it's not, I mean, the chart is not haven't changed much in compared to my last analysis. Okay, and one more things we can look for, I mean, we can explain here. What is this? Can we consider this one as a running flat because the price haven't broke this one for one move up? Even it's possible. Okay, but how we can trade it? We cannot get a really good trade setup. We cannot have entry above any of this. And the only way is, again, as explained, sharp move flag. That's why we mentioned if this one did turn to a deeper correction, at least to break out of this low, can give us better trade. Okay, by the way, even if we move to 15 minute, all right, it's very corrective. We cannot look for anything. And now what I want to mention here is, maybe it's better for me to move to higher time frame. Okay, we start with the higher time frame. Again, we get this down move. We are looking for this, whether this is the start of the up move or the price can drop. Okay, we have nothing to talk about here. I mean, here based on for daily chart, in this case we move to 4 hour chart. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, when the price was here, we keep mentioning the price can drop and we get this down move, and we were expecting the price to break this low, which is 34 cents. Okay, and now we want to see how we can look at this. That's why we mentioned if this one continues as a corrective, we can expect the price to drop one more. If we want to buy, we need to be quite careful because the price with the breakout of this top 50, it can give us one move down. Why? Because we see whether we can put this one in relative to this big correction when relative to this for one more drop. Okay, the reason is because we have been looking for the first move, correction, last move. And this last move, one of the options to look is putting this one in relative to each other for the one more drop. Or we get 1, 2, 3. This is the first move. And this one, 1, 2, 3, later based on 1 hour chart will be more clear. With the breakout of this top, turn to a correction relative to this for one more drop. We have two ways we can look at this, and both of them telling us the possibility of the price can give us one move down. And if we get, we can expect the breakout of this and this, which is 30, almost, I think if I zoom in, which is 36 or 37, the another one is 34. 0.34, 0.36 or 7. Okay, and if we get this down move, that's why, again, if you want to buy here, as we can see the way is corrective, we need to be aware of this option. And if we get this down move with the breakout of 34, at that times any buy we take it. All right, it can give us really good trade setup. Okay, but because we have been explaining based on even since last 3 to 4 weeks, okay, even when the price was within this move, that's why we mentioned we're looking for the down move. And this is what we get. The price from almost 34, 0.6, sorry, 0.64 dropped to 0.37. By the way, anyone is looking for buy, they should know about if the price drop one more, how deep it can go. As we mentioned, 0.34. Okay, now if I move to 1 hour chart, we want to see how we can trade. Just now we mentioned that the way this one is moving is, it doesn't give us really good trade unless this one turn to a deeper correction. And if you want to look for selling here with a sharp move can be short-term trade. The best is if we get the one move up with the breakout of this top, which is almost 50, then any reversal from there we take it. Okay, that means first we can look for buy if we get, then second, if at the top the price we see is not moving, we get the confirmation for the down move, we look for this. But if we see there is a continuation, we just stay with the trade. But and the another one is if this one tend to a corrective move. Okay, and selling from here, if the price break this one as with the flag, is will be we consider as a short-term sell. The price can pre-test, or sorry, test, I mean come to this 0.42, drop and reverse. Okay, that's why any sell from here we consider as a short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. Rather than that, we don't have any other way to option. I mean, any other option to trade, because what we have here is really corrective. And putting this one in relative to this, even we consider for the next move, we see how we can trade it. Maybe we don't get a really good trade setup. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. The way it's moving is really corrective. We cannot just simply buy. We need to get the trade set up, and as we explain how we can trade it, I mean, still we need to wait to confirm how deep this correction can be. Then from there, we see how we can trade, whether sell or buy. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.